Good morning. We will start session 2 on chapter polynomials. So before I start with the today's concept, I would just like to brush up. Yesterday we have understood about the introduction of a polynomial. What is a polynomial? We also solved first exercise. There was a doubt from a student, a question what we had, that was in the first exercise, that is in the find whether the given term is a polynomial. The first mean, the question was x raised to 10 plus y raised to 3 plus t raised to 50. The question was, which of the following expressions are polynomial in one variable and which are not? State reason. Let us keep the question aside. Is this a polynomial? First of all, forget that we are studying about polynomials in one variable. But is this a polynomial? Yes, it is a polynomial. Rather, we can also say that this is a trinomial expression with three different terms, right? So it's a trinomial, that means it is a polynomial. But in the syllabus, in this chapter, we are studying polynomials in one variable. That means this expression, this given expression is not polynomials in one variable, but it is a polynomial in three different variables. So that you have to understand. This is also a polynomial because we call that as a trinomial, correct? But not a polynomial in one variable. So wherever you have a doubt, I appreciate that if you call and ask me as soon as the video is sent, because if you have a doubt in the first exercise in one of the other concepts there, and if you don't clarify that, further exercises you will not understand better, or I can say the concept will not be very clear. So please, there and then, even it might be a very silly doubt for you, but to make the concept very clear, please call immediately on the same day of the video sent, so that I can address the doubt in the next class and clarify that. Okay. So now next, let's proceed with the next part. So 0 of a polynomial. Now what is the 0 of a polynomial? So in simple terms, if I have to tell you, that is 0 of the polynomial is something not 0, but it is called as a solution of the given polynomial, right? For that solution, we call that as a zeros of the polynomial. So it goes like this. The zeros of a polynomial p of x, now p of x is a polynomial, whatever polynomial I'll give you, are the solution of the given equation where p of x is equal to 0. Now why it is equal to 0? Always, if we are finding a 0 of a polynomial, the given polynomial is equated to 0, because if you find that solution and substitute that solution in the given polynomial, you will get answer 0. That is what we are solving in the coming exercise. One more thing, the number of zeros of the polynomial can be more than 1. It's nothing but solution. That means if I have a linear polynomial, number of solutions, that is number of zeros are nothing but solution, is 1. For example, if I write now x plus 2 is equal to 5. I have to find the 0 of this polynomial. So I can say x is equal to 5 minus 2, x is equal to 3. Correct? Now x is equal to 3 is the solution of the given polynomial. That means x is equal to 3 is the 0 of the given polynomial. It's a linear polynomial, so it has only one 0. Suppose if it is a quadratic polynomial, then it will have 2 zeros. Cubic polynomial, it will have 3 zeros, right? So I want you all to write down these things. Give the heading as 0 of a polynomial, and please make a note of these 3 points in your notebook before you start the next exercise. So now let us start with the next exercise. The question goes like this. find the value of the polynomial. So polynomial is given here. We will write the polynomial as p of x is equal to 5x minus 4x square plus 3. This is the given polynomial. I have written p of x. I can also write that as p of y, p of q, t, etc. depending on the given variable here. Why it is only p of x? Because it is a polynomial, you will understand. Why not g of x? Why not q of x? You will understand because now g of x, q of x is written for quotient, r of x is written for remainder. So p of x we write for this. Find the value of the polynomial where they have given you the value of x. So first x value is given as 0. For the second, x value is given as minus 1. And for the third equation and for the third part, x value is given as 2. Now, since the sums are similar, I will be solving in this either only 1 or 2 and I will be marking either few of the similar sums for homework. Now, once I have marked that for homework, it is your duty to solve the sum. The next class, the next session, before I start the next exercise, the homework sums answers will be discussed so that you can just put a tick mark in your book whether it is correct or wrong. If it is correct, well and good. If it is wrong, you are not getting that, you need to call and confirm the doubt. So let's begin. So I will be solving the first one here and I will solve, okay, it is negative sign. So I will solve the second part. I will encircle this. This is for homework, right? So even when you are doing this for the homework, please write the complete question. Tomorrow when you see your book, you should understand what you have written in that. So let's begin with this. We have to substitute x value as 0. So in the solution part, I will again write p of x is equal to 5x minus 4x square plus 3 and x value is 0. Correct? So here I will write instead of x 0. Why? Because x value is 0. 5 into 0 minus 4 into 0. Square is 0 but write as it is. Equal to 5 zeros are 0. Minus 4 into 0, 0. Plus 3. So answer is 3. So the value of this is 3. This is the answer. Right? Second part, so this is the first part what I have solved it. Now second part I will solve. Now for second part it is, again I will write the same question. P of x is equal to 5x minus 4x square plus 3 where x value is minus 1. So instead of x here I will write this as minus 1. So this will be now 5 into minus 1 minus 4 into minus 1 whole square plus 3. 5 into minus 1 is minus 5. Now keep this minus as it is. Now 4. Now minus 1 whole square, a negative number raised to even power. So answer will be in positive. Suppose if this was minus 1 raised to 3 and minus 1 raised to 2. A negative number raised to odd power, answer is in negative only. A negative number raised to even power, answer is 1. That is positive, right? So, I will write 1 again. See, it is very easy for me to directly write the step, but I will be elaborating a very smaller to smaller step also. Plus 3. Correct? So, it is plus 1 here. Minus 5 as it is. Minus 4 as it is plus 3. Now it's up to you how you want to add and subtract it. Minus 5 minus 4, 5 minus 9 plus 3. Minus 9 plus 3, answer is 9 minus 3 is 6. But the sign will be of the greater number. So this is the answer. So the value of this when x is equal to 0 is 3. The value of the polynomial when x is equal to minus 1 is 6. First and second one I have done. Third one I have marked that for homework. I will be discussing tomorrow the answer of of the homework sum. I want you all to write down this. Let's start with the second one. Find P of 0, P of 1 and P of 2 for each of the following polynomials. That means we need to find the value of P of 0, P of 1 and P of 2 in the given polynomials. Now again here I will be choosing only one. I will only do this part wherein P of 0 and P of 1 will be the homework. You have to do this. Same answer will be discussed in tomorrow's class. Now that means here for P of 2 I have to find all four. 1, 2, 3, 4. For P of 0 I have to find all four values and P of 1 also same thing. I will be only doing with P of 2. Let's start with that. With the first equation we will start. The first equation given here is P of y is equal to y square minus y plus 1. Right? This is the first one. What value it is? It is P of 2. So instead of y, I will substitute the value as 2. So wherever y is there, I will go on substituting 2. So it is 2 square minus 2 plus 1. So 2 square is 4. So minus 2 plus 1 you can simplify. It is minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Isn't it very simple? It's only very simple calculation. Polynomial is a very simple chapter. Let's go for the next one. So this is the answer. So the next equation we have to write, it is P of t. See here, they have given you 4 equations. P of 2 should we have to find for all 4 equations, right? You will do that for P of 0 and P of 1. So P of t is equal to 2 plus t plus 2t square minus t cube. Okay, let's substitute. What is the value? We have to substitute P of 2. So instead of t here, I will substitute this as 2. So 2 as it is plus t is nothing but 2 plus 2 into 2 square minus 2 cube. Okay. So let's find out now. Whatever is simple enough you can substitute. Powers will do with that. 2 plus 2, I'll write this as 4 plus 2 into 2 square is 4 minus 2 cube is 8. 4 plus 4 2s are 8 minus 8 plus 8 minus 8 will get cancelled. Answer is 4. Right? So I think I have space here. So the next two I'll do it beside this only. Is this very clear? So 4 is the answer. Always learn to highlight the answer either by double ticking on it or by just putting it in a box. So you can again write where P of 2 is this. Always learn to highlight the answer. Right? So let's start with the third one now. So third equation is very simple. It is given as P of x is equal to x cube, right? Where P value is 2. So I will write here P of 2 is equal to 2 cube. So answer is 8. That's all the answer. Very simple, right? Last one. Fourth one. So it is P of x is equal to x minus 1 x plus 1 where p value is 2. Now see here, you can directly substitute the x value as 1 is here and 1 that side. Again if you see, what is x minus 1 and x plus 1? Does it remind you of an algebraic identity which you studied in 8th standard? In the form of a minus b and a plus b, right? So, I'll do it in both the ways and show it to you. P of 2, I'll write this equation as a square minus b square. 1 square is 1 anyways. So it is 2 square minus 1. So 4 minus 1 is equal to 3 is the answer. Right? I got it very simple. Now if you don't recall that I have to apply identity, let me do it in the another method and show it to you. So I will again write here P of 2 is equal to, so this is 2 minus 1 and this is 2 plus 1. Right? I just substitute the values. 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 into 1 is 3. Either of the same, I get the same answer. So mathematics, when you do something, you apply different methods. See, we do a particular method, but in case you apply any other methods, you have to follow all the steps. The answer should be same and it will be same. That is what we have got here. It's up to you whether you want to choose and write this as formula. I will write here just in bracket if you want. So this is of the form a minus b of a plus b, that is nothing but a square minus b square. Because you should know how did I get this x minus 1. It's up to you. Either you follow this or follow this. Now for P of 2, I have applied it on all 4 equations, right? So you have to do it similarly for P of 0 and P of 1. I want you all to copy this down. The next third thing is verify whether the following are the zeros of the polynomial indicated against them. Now, how do you know that the given number is a zero of the given polynomial? How do you check that? Now, for example, randomly I will just take a sum. That previous sum only I will take. X plus 3 is equal to 5. If I give you, you will write that x is equal to 5 minus 3. So x is equal to 2. X value is 2 here. That means 2 is the zero of the linear polynomial. Correct? Okay. So we know that 2 is the zero of the given polynomial. Now another question I will give you. Check if x is equal to 2 a zero of this polynomial or not. So how do you do that actually? So if I see that the given equation is x plus 3 is equal to 5. So when I substitute here, I get that 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So I got 5 equal to 5. If I bring it this side, 5 minus 5, I get equal to 0. Right? That means I get the answer as 0. That means whatever answer I get, whatever number is given, if I substitute in the given equation, the final answer should be 0. Right? It has to be 0. Only then it is a given solution of the given polynomial. So, in this given question, if they have asked you, check whether the given is a 0 of the polynomial against, indicated against, that means you need to get answer as 0. Only then it is the 0 of the polynomial. Nothing but it is the solution of the polynomial. If you do not get 0, it is not the solution, that is 0 of the polynomial. As simple as that. So let's start solving. The first one, P of x is equal to 3x plus 1, where x value is given as minus 1 by 3. Let's check. So P of minus 1 by 3 is equal to 3x plus 1. I need to check now. So wherever x is there, I need to substitute minus 1 by 3. 3 into minus 1 by 3 plus 1. Can I cancel this 3 and this 3? Yes, I can do that. What has remained? Minus 1 plus 1. Answer is 0. Right? So you have not supposed to limit here. Give the conclusion. Always remember, if a question has there's a question asked and the question requires a concluding answer, you have to write the concluding answer compulsory. Half mark will be deducted for not writing the concluding answer. What's the concluding answer? Therefore, x is equal to minus 1 by 3 is the 0 of the polynomial, or is the 0 of p of x, you can write given thing, or is the 0 of polynomial P of x is equal to 3x plus 1. How much time it will take to just write one statement or one line? You have to write the concluding answer. Very clear this? We got the answer as 0. Let's start with the second one here. This was the first one. So, second one, P of x is given as 5x minus pi, where x value is 4 by 5. Now please remember here, we all know that pi is 22 by 7 or 3.14, yes, in geometry. But here, do not use the pi value as anything, because even in geometry also, we will come across such sums when we have to use pi value as 22 by 7 or 3.14, it is always mentioned. Use pi as 3.14 or 22 by 7. If it is not mentioned, you are supposed to keep the pi as pi only. Do not substitute with any values. Remember this. So I'll use the value second one, right? Okay. So I will put the value here. P of 4 by 5 is equal to 5 into 4 by 5 minus pi is equal to 5 and 5 will get cancelled. What will remain? 4 minus pi will remain. Is it a 0 of polynomial? No. Therefore, x is equal to 4 by 5 is not the 0 of polynomial P of x is equal to 5x minus pi. This is a compulsory statement what you have to write. Is it very clear? So we have solved first one, second one. Now I'll just write the homework sums here which you have to do. Please mark the homework sums very clearly. Third one is for homework. Then fourth one is for homework. Then eighth one is for homework. I will make sure that the difficult sums are done here in the class itself. The similar and the very simple one only I will be giving it for homework. So I have written here third one, fourth one and eighth one. You have to mark that as homework. Remaining we will be doing it here. Right? I want to make a note of these two sums. So we'll start with the fifth one. In third being, the fifth sum being, that is P of x is equal to x square, where x value is 0. Right? So what we have to do here? Substitute the value of x as 0. That is equal to x square. So x value is 0. So what does this mean? Then 0 is 0. Therefore, x is equal to 0 is the 0 of polynomial P of x is equal to x square. That's all. Right? We'll go with the next one, that is sixth one. P of x is equal to Lx plus m, where x value is minus m by L. Okay. So we'll substitute the value here. P value is, x value is minus m by L. So keeping this L as it is, x value I will substitute minus m by L plus m. L and L will get cancelled. So what will remain? Minus m plus m. Answer is 0. So what we have to conclude? Therefore, x is equal to minus m by L is the 0 of polynomial P of x is equal to Lx plus m. Okay. And the last one, because remaining 3 are given for homework. So this is seventh one. Now seventh one, they have given two values for x. That means I have to solve it twice. So So that means I have to write answer for both. I mean, first I have to try for the first one what they have given and for the next one. So the question is p of x is equal to 3x square minus 1, where x value is minus 1 by root 3 and 2 by root 3. So let's first start with by taking x as minus 1 by root 3. So I will write p of minus 1 by root 3 is equal to 3 into minus 1 by root 3 whole square minus 1. So when root 3 comes, you should know what you have to do it here. Now see here, root 3 square or any number if you square, always root and square will get cancelled. But how is it root and square will get cancelled? Now see here, root 3 is nothing but we can write this as 3 raised to 1 by 2. It is an index form of the root, right? So raised to 2, what I have written, this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So what is the answer? Answer is 3. This is one way of doing it. Otherwise, root 3 square is there, right? So root 3 square, how do you write? Root 3 into root 3. Okay, this is one method what I have written. This is one way I have taught you. Next one, root 3 square is nothing but root 3 into root 3. So what is root 3 into root 3? It is root 9. What is square root of 9? It is 3. So there are 3 different ways to understand and write. But one simple thing always remember, when a square root is square, the square and the square root will get cancelled and the answer is the number itself. If you want, you can just make a note of these things. Okay? Okay. So we'll start the sum. It will be easy for us now to understand. So here, minus 1. So I'll keep this 3 as it is. Negative number raised to even power, answer is positive. So this will be 1 by 3, correct? Because square and root will get cancelled, minus 1. 3 and 3 will get cancelled, 1 minus 1, it is 0. So what I can write? Therefore, x is equal to minus 1 by root 3 is the 0 of polynomial p of x is equal to 3x square minus 1. Right? So let's start with the next one now. What they have given, where again p value is 2 by root 3, the next part. So I will substitute that value as, if you want, write the equation once again, 3x square minus 1. We will first write the equation, p of x is equal to 3x minus 1. Now here x is equal to minus 1 by root 3, I will write here. X is equal to 2 by root 3. They have given us 2 values to find out, correct? So p value is nothing but 2 by root 3 is equal to 3 into 2 by root 3 whole square minus 1. Now here you be very careful by using the square value. Now square is for both 2 and root 3, right? That means I have to square number 2 also, I have to square root 3 also. Both I have to square, not for 1. Because here we had 1. 1 square is 1 only. So 2 square is 4, right? Root 3 square is 3, correct? This you have to be very, very careful. Now I can cancel 3 and 3. Yes, I can cancel 3 and 3. What remained? 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. Is it a 0 of the polynomial? No. So I will write here, therefore x is equal to 2 by root 3 is not 0 of polynomial p of x is equal to 3x square minus 1. See here, I got the answer, I gave the conclusion. I got the answer, I gave the conclusion. Do not give final conclusion for both together once. As soon as you get the answer, give the conclusion, right? So there we completed this very simple sums. Only thing you have to be very careful in this small minor calculations. So that is where we finished the third main, wherein I have given you 3 homeworks, that is and third main, sub question 3, sub question 4 and sub question 8. Right? So let's begin with the fourth main. You can copy down this. The last main, we will be winding up with this last main today. So moreover, in every session, I will be completing one exercise. But if the exercise is too big, I will be just cutting that and making it into 2 different sessions. But if it is a very small and a very simple exercise, I will be completing one exercise in one session. Find the zero of the polynomial in each of the cases. That means you have to find the given solution for this given polynomial, right? Keep in your mind, 0 is not only 0. It is 0 of a polynomial is nothing but the solution of a polynomial. The first one, fourth main, the first one is p of x is equal to x plus 5. So, give me a minute, I'll just adjust the board. Okay, I've just written down all the questions here since it is quite very simple. Find the zero of the polynomial. What polynomial they are given, we have to find its zero. Quite very simple. We know that when we have to find the zero of the polynomial, the equation is equated to 0. Why? Because what value we substitute in that has to be 0. It has to be equal, correct? So what we will do here is first step. See now, till now whatever we have solved, these are all 1 mark questions. Okay. In yesterday's class, probably it will be an objective kind of questions, and these are all asked in 1 mark questions. So I will write here p of x is equal to 0. This means that x plus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 5. P of x are equated to 0. That means the equation x plus 5 is equal to 0 because P of x is 0. Transpose here, you got x is equal to 5. See here, if you substitute x is equal to 5 in the given equation, what answer will you get? 0. That is because it is a 0 of a polynomial, right? So always remember, when a linear polynomial is given like this kind of a sum, if they ask you what is the zero of a polynomial, it should be a straightforward answer. Answer is minus 5. Just look at this. What would be the zero of the polynomial? Plus 5. Correct? So we'll do that. P of x is equal to 0. This implies that x minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 5. Now this is the binomial. It will be in terms of fraction. Orally you can answer these questions actually. P of x is equal to 0, 2x plus 5 is equal to 0, 2x is equal to minus 5, x is equal to minus 5 by 2. Did you see that I am highlighting the final answer? Make a habit right of it from now itself of highlighting the final answer. It will be easy for the evaluator to check your paper. So the next one, P of x is equal to 0. So 3x, this implies 3x minus 2 equal to 0. 3x is equal to plus 2. X is equal to 2 by 3. Right? Okay. The numbers what you write should be clearly visible. No overwriting on the numbers. Next one. P of x is equal to 0. This implies 3x is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0. Look at this. Where a not equal to 0 because a is a variable. P of x equal to 0. This implies ax is equal to 0. Right? Therefore, x is equal to what? 0 by this number is 0 again. X is 0. Now the last one, P of x is equal to Cx plus D, where C is not equal to 0 and C and D are real numbers. That means you have to find the value of x here. So I will write P of x equal to 0. This implies Cx plus D equal to 0. Cx is equal to minus D, transpose D this side, x is equal to minus D by C. So these are the zeros of the polynomial. These are to be answered orally actually. When you look at the equation directly, you can tell that this is the answer. Just transpose it to other side, because when you equate that to 0, you are supposed to transpose it with whatever sign you get and you are supposed to write. With this, we complete the second exercise. Just to remind you once again, I have given you all homeworks from second and I think from third week I have given you all some homework, and from the first week as well as from the second week. Few simple sums are marked for homework. Complete your homework. Tomorrow's class, tomorrow's session, what we start, we first discuss the answers of the homework sums and then we will proceed with the remainder theorem. So in today's class, if you have any doubt in understanding, please call on the same day of the video set.